hormones, also called phytohormones, are essential for all aspects of plant growth and development from seed germination to flowering and fruit ripening. These hormones allow plants to perceive and respond to their environment. Now the question is, what are these plant hormones and how do they work? And another important question is, how do these plant hormones get affected when we feed our plants with chemical fertilizers? We will discuss all these aspects in this video, so let's start. There are 5 major classes of plant hormones. First, auxins, which include indole 3-acetic acid or IAA. Second, gibberellins, for example, GA3. Third, cytokinins, for example, zetin. Fourth, abscisic acid or ABA, and fifth, ethylene. Now let us understand these one by one. So first is auxins. Auxins are primarily synthesized in the apical meristems and the root tips of the plants. They are also produced in the developing seeds and young leaves. The most well-known auxin is the indole 3-acetic acid or IAA. Auxins promote cell elongation in the coleoptile and the stem, thereby promoting shoot growth. They also promote cell division in the vascular cambium, thereby increasing the girth of the plant. Auxins play a major role in root formation, shoot branching, and also in the development of leaves, flowers, and fruits. Auxins are responsible for apical dominance. That is the suppression of lateral bud growth by the apical bud. Auxins also play a major role in various tropisms like phototropism and gravitropism. Phototropism is the growth of a plant in response to a light stimulus. Gravitropism is the growth of a plant in response to gravity. Gibberellins are synthesized in the apical meristems, young leaves, and developing seeds. Gibberellins promote stem elongation by cell division and cell elongation. They also promote seed germination and also fruit development. Third, cytokinins. Cytokinins are mainly synthesized in the root tips. They are also produced in the developing fruits and seeds. The major function of cytokinins is to promote cell division or cytokinesis. They promote shoot growth and delay senescence, or the aging of leaves. Fourth, abscisic acid. Abscisic acid is synthesized in the leaves, stems, roots, and fruits. It is the only plant hormone which can be considered as a stress hormone because it plays a major role in response to various stresses like drought, disease, and high salinity. ABA promotes seed and bud dormancy. It induces stomatal closure in response to water stress. Fifth, ethylene. Ethylene is produced in all plant tissues, but the fully expanded leaves are the major sites of its production. Ethylene promotes fruit ripening and also leaf abscission or shedding and senescence. Now let us understand how chemical fertilizers affect these hormones. The application of synthetic chemical fertilizers has dramatically increased crop productivity over the years. However, the effect of chemical fertilizers on plant hormones is complex and multifaceted. So first, chemical fertilizers can stimulate the synthesis of plant hormones. For example, high nitrogen levels increase the concentration of cytokinins and auxins. This leads to vigorous vegetative growth. A deficiency in any of these nutrients can lead to hormonal imbalance. For example, high nitrogen levels can increase the overproduction of auxins and cytokinins relative to other hormones like gibberellins, ABA, and ethylene. This can result in lush foliage at the expense of flowering, fruiting, or root development. For example, excessive nitrogen application can lead to tall, weak stems with small or no fruits. Also, an excess of phosphorus can inhibit root growth by altering the hormonal balance. Similarly, a deficiency in any of these nutrients can also lead to hormonal imbalance. For example, a deficiency in phosphorus can lead to an increase in the amount of ethylene, which can result in early fruit ripening or leaf senescence. Second, fertilizers can directly or indirectly affect the hormonal balance. For example, high levels of nitrogen and phosphorus can increase the acidity of the soil, which can affect the balance of auxins and cytokinins. Also, high levels of potassium can increase the amount of ABA, which can affect the balance of other hormones. Third, chemical fertilizers can affect the specific developmental processes in plants by altering the hormonal balance. For example, an excess of nitrogen can lead to an increased root-to-shoot ratio, which can result in more vegetative growth than reproductive growth. This can also lead to delayed or inhibited flowering and reduced fruit quality. Similarly, a deficiency in phosphorus can lead to poor root development, which can affect the uptake of nutrients and water, leading to stunted growth and reduced yields. In conclusion, the relationship between chemical fertilizers and plant hormones is complex and multifaceted. While chemical fertilizers are essential for plant growth and development, they can affect the hormonal balance of plants, which can have both positive and negative effects on plant growth and development. Therefore, it is important to use chemical fertilizers judiciously to avoid any adverse effects on plant growth and development. If you found this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe for more updates on botany. Thank you for watching.